So the first step in restoring the headlights is to go ahead and tape off the edges. Alright, so once you have your headlight masked off, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and attach that attachment to your drill, and you want to go ahead and add a 500 grit sandpaper disc. Alright, from there we just want to go ahead and wet the headlight. You want to get this thing nice and soaked, and then you also want to add some water onto the sandpaper. Alright, so from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my drill set to the second position, so that way you can have the max speed, and then I'm going to go ahead and start following the headlight in a horizontal pattern, and then I'm on a vertical pattern. And then periodically I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the headlight, add some more water, and try to keep this sandpaper clean. You can go ahead and switch to another one once this guy is pretty much dull. And so after each pass, you can see here that I'm just using the water, the spray bottle, to go ahead and remove all the plastic dust. Alright guys, so after a few passes, I'm just feeling the sandpaper and it's completely smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out. Check out all that milky residue that's just been coming off the headlight. Pretty cool. All right, so now that I've used the 3 500 grit sandpapers, it's time to go ahead and move on to the 800 grit. Alright guys, so the last 800 grit sandpaper is completely done. So let's go ahead and finish up this one with the 3000 grit sandpaper, and then we'll go ahead and start adding the clear coat. Alright guys, so we're technically done with a 3000 grit sandpaper. So at this point what you want to do is you want to go ahead and clean this off. You want to add that first wipe of clear coat. Alright, so once you have your headlights cleaned off and unmasked, you want to go ahead and put on your glove. Then we can take our first clear coat pad and apply it to the headlight. Alright, so I've completed the first pass, and now as per the instructions, we're going to go ahead and let it sit for about 15 minutes before we go ahead and we apply the second coat. Alright guys, so the second coat has been completed. Now according to the instructions, you do need to wait about an hour before you go ahead and expose this to any kind of rain. Now before we get out on the road, let's just take a second to appreciate how well these headlights turned out. So here's the before and here's the after.